Hello, this is the Boxing Storm. Today I want to explain the fight that makes the most noise in the fighting world nowadays. Floyd Money Mayweather against the notorious Conor McGregor. I hear a lot of different opinions on this fight. People seem to divide themselves in certain groups of views. One say that this fight is a complete disaster and joke for boxing, and Floyd Mayweather should not break Marciano's record fighting not a boxer, that this is a complete mismatch and there are much more worthy boxers that dream about challenging Money Mayweather and so on. Another group of people says that Floyd Mayweather is scared of Conor McGregor, that he stands no chance against the King Conor and wants to have all advantages in their fight. Another group of people see this fight as an entertainment because that's what really boxing is about. It's about entertainment and making money. Based on the attention towards this matchup, it's clear that this fight would generate tons of wealth for both fighters and people around them and involved. In my opinion, this fight could play out in many different ways. One way is that it happens for pure entertainment, which would probably result in a long technical fight, most likely Mayweather keeping his usual defense up and picking points with his single accurate punches, and McGregor not being able to capitalize and land anything significant and losing a wide unanimous decision. While on the other hand, it might be a real fight and both fighters might really go for it. One thing we all must understand is that Mayweather would not only stand for his honor, record, or money in this fight, he would also stand for the whole sport of boxing because it would be very disrespectful for the boxing world and the boxing community if officially former number one pound for pound boxer would lose to an MMA fighter with zero professional boxing experience. So let's talk about Conor McGregor's chances against Floyd Mayweather in a real boxing fight. I hear some McGregor fans saying that Floyd Mayweather absolutely could not take a power punch of Conor McGregor and would end up knocked out, and that Floyd Mayweather is too old for prime Conor McGregor. To explain that, honestly, age is not as bad in boxing as it is in MMA. Statistically, boxers can have longer careers to older age than MMA fighters. Well, we must admit for a fact that Floyd Mayweather can take a hell of a punch. I know that he might have had picked his timing, choosing some of his opponents, and maybe had some paid off judges in some of his fights. But at the end of the day, he always gave his opponents rematches in a close fights and has fought nothing but the best of the best in his era. And he took some crushing shots in some of his fights and he took them all like a gladiator. For example, look in his fight with Sugar Shane Mosley. He took some extremely hard shots there, and if you know who Sugar Shane Mosley is, you know that Conor McGregor does not punch harder than Shane Mosley. And if you don't know who he is, I really recommend you to watch his highlights if you're a fan of knockouts. And you know, the whole power punching thing is useless in boxing if you do not have the technique and skill combined with the speed and precision to use it on your particular opponent. And all these parameters you need to have to be able to use your power, they differ from the style of opponent and the level you fight. Another thing is that Conor McGregor has no professional boxing experience. He has amateur boxing experience, but it's far from professional boxing experience. And now just think for a second. Why all the time all these boxing experts, legends, and trainers and fighters are talking about experience? All the time you hear them talking about the importance of experience, and if you personally have trained for a fight or are doing some serious boxing or other martial arts training, you know experience is not a joke in fighting. It's a very real thing. Personally, I do not want to disappoint the fans of Conor McGregor. I know he has a huge fan base and people love him for a reason. But I cannot lie to you guys, and I must admit that in my opinion, this fight is a complete mismatch. Just because of the experience and pure boxing skills that Mayweather possesses. Some people think that Conor McGregor is a good boxer because he sparked Jose Aldo clean out. He easily outboxed and beautifully knocked out Eddie Alvarez when he won the lightweight title. Yes, but who are these people? I mean, Jose Aldo is a Muay Thai fighter. He came from Muay Thai roots and he was emotionally broken before the McGregor fight. Aldo is a great fighter, but we must admit that Muay Thai is very different sport than boxing. And McGregor, he has a great precision and power in his hands, combined with his good boxing technique, which is much more efficient style of fighting than any other martial art when someone comes at you right into the pocket like Aldo did in their fight. McGregor has knocked many people out in MMA using his boxing skills, but these people are not boxers. MMA and boxing are completely different sports, almost like rugby and baseball. Eddie Alvarez barely has any real boxing skills. He has decent hands for MMA, but generally there are very few fighters in UFC who have good boxing. Cody Garber and Conor McGregor, Diaz brothers have some good boxing in MMA. The heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic and his upcoming opponent Junior Dos Santos also have some good boxing in MMA, which helps them a lot. But that's about it. And for the highest level boxing, you must have some real high level pure boxing experience, which Conor McGregor is yet to have. So, in my opinion, to match him up against the caliber of a boxer that Floyd Mayweather is would not be a competitive matchup. But at the end of the day, let's talk about the real chances that Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor actually meet each other in the ring. The negotiations for this fight are extremely complicated because McGregor is under contract with UFC, and UFC is all about making money, and Floyd Mayweather is all about making money, and is pretty much his own management and does not share much of his money. Conor McGregor wants to collect a significant amount of millions for the fight, but as I've heard unofficially, UFC wants at least half of his money, and Floyd Mayweather made it clear that he is not putting his gloves on for anything less than 100 million. So knowing how many people and various different organizations and federations would be involved in the making of the fight, it's hard to expect it to actually happen. I know that people currently are working on the fight, but if it fails to happen this year in 2017, it's even less likely to happen in 2018 because people want to move on, and it's really worth to make all this buzz for both of these sides because Conor McGregor is all about attention and fans and making money, so popularity is very useful to him, just like to his potential opponent Floyd Mayweather. As we know, after he finished his boxing career, he's working hard on his management and promotion companies. So obviously, popularity, media, and the whole buzz is extremely important for fighting promoter who wants to get himself and his fighters most attention possible. So that's my take on this fight, guys. Feel free to like and subscribe and share your opinion in the comment section.